8 books left that I would like to read this month, and I have 8 days left of the month. Let's see how well I do with this, shall we? Hi everyone, my name is Chloe, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. Today's video is the start of a new weekly reading vlog. At the beginning of this video, you should have seen some clips of my day because I spent the day out in York with my mum. I have the week off work, which is great, and I have like a couple of bits and things planned. So I went to Milton Keynes at the weekend to see My Chemical Romance. I am going to London on Thursday to see Todrick Hall and to meet up with one of my friends, and then the other days in between I didn't really have anything sort of major planned, but me and my mum decided to have a day out in York. I really love the little ghosts that you can get from the York ghost merchants, and I have like 4 of them already that my mum's fetched for me, but I've never actually been to the shop, so wanted to go there and thought, why not go on a weekday when hopefully it'll be a bit quieter, because you generally always have to queue to get in there, and we did a little bit but not for very long, which was nice. So I went there. I did plan literally on going to that, and then we were going to the Van Gogh exhibition as well, which is a sort of like immersive experience, which is in an old church, and basically all of the Van Gogh paintings kind of come to life around you, and then there's a fun bit at the end where you get to kind of colour in one of them and put it up on the gallery wall. It was a fun sort of art installation. I really like Van Gogh as an artist. He's probably my favourite artist, and when I went to Amsterdam, I went to the Van Gogh Museum there and got to see a lot of his paintings. So it was nice to be able to see this sort of like art installation around his work. And that is literally all we planned to do, was go to the ghost shop and go there. And obviously we were going to go shopping as well while we were there. But what I didn't plan on was me picking up 9 books whilst I was in York today. So I'm going to like haul these properly next week at the end of the month, but I thought I'll just do a quick rundown of what I picked up today, and let's try and put them in order actually, because I have a lot here, but they're from like 3 different shops. So first up, I went in the Works. I ended up picking up a load of adult romances from the Works in Sheffield last month, I think it was, or maybe the month before, and I've been meaning to go back because I know there was a couple that I didn't pick up that I wanted to get, but it's a little bit out of the way from where I normally go in the city centre, so I just keep not getting around to going. So while I was there, I saw at work, so I was like, oh, can we just call in and I'll see if they've got any of these. And they didn't have the specific ones that I went in for, but they had some others that I was interested in. I ended up picking up One True Loss by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I really love the other ones of her books that I've read, and now they're publishing all of her older ones with the like Daisy Jones style covers, and thought, why not try this one? Then I picked up Book Lovers by Emily Henry, because this one's just come out, and whilst I haven't read a single one of the Emily Henry books that I own so far, and this is the 3rd one I now own, I do think I'm really going to like her writing, and this was like obviously £4 cheaper than it would have been if I'd have bought it in Waterstones, so why not? And then picked up Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. I've read a few Christina Lauren books now, and I'm always interested in picking up more, and thought, again, £3, why not? And then I picked up The Spanish Love Deception, because this is one of those I've heard either really good things or really bad things about, and I just want to see what it's like. And I'm pretty sure you can get this on Kindle Unlimited, but I found that I do actually quite like physically reading these types of books. I'm not a huge fan of ebooks, so I thought, why not pick it up physically? So those are the first 4 that I got. Then I went into a book called The Portal Bookshop, I believe it's called, and it's an LGBTQ plus bookshop. So I had a look around to see if there was anything that I was interested in picking up in there. And first I picked up this one, which is one I've actually already read, while Slime Palmer Takes a Cake. I got this one as an ARC last year, and I read it and really loved it. And the sequel is due out sometime soon. It says in here it's summer 2022, so the next few months. And I've never actually seen it in a shop physically, so I thought, oh, I'll buy this while I see it, while I remember to actually get a physical copy, because I did really enjoy this. And then, like I said, I was with my mum, and she was sort of reading blurbs, and I was like, is there anything that you're interested in reading? And she was reading the back of Honey Girl and said that she was interested in it, and I was like, oh, do you want me to buy it? And she said, it's like, no, you don't have to buy an extra one just because. And I'm like, oh no, I want to read that one anyway, I've just not got around to getting it yet, so I'll pick it up while I'm here. So I bought those 2. So that was my Portal Bookshop haul. And then there was a couple of books in the Works that I got in for that they didn't have, like I said, and then realised as we went down to the Van Gogh exhibition that there was actually a second The Works shop in there. So I picked up a few more, and these are actually, well, 2 of these are the ones I actually went in for. So those being Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper, because this one is going to be perfect for Marvelathon because it's about witches and it is also about people who've been cheated on, so I'm guessing there's heartbreak in there as well. So fulfilling all of the Scarlet Witch prompts. Extra recommendation if you're on my team, the right team, we know this. But yeah, so I thought I picked that one up. It was supposed to be on free for £5, but they weren't free I wanted, but it meant it was only £2, so a bargain. And then I also picked up Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy, because this is one I keep looking at in Waterstones, and again, it was a lot cheaper in there, so why not? And then another Christina Lauren, I got the Honey Don't list as well. I read The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren recently, and like I said, I've read a few of their books now, but I really enjoyed that one, so I just kind of want all the adult romance contemporaries for summer, so why not? So those are the 3 I bought in there. So yeah, I bought 9 books today, which is a lot of books, but to be honest, I'm actually really excited to read every single one of the ones that I got today. Like, none of them are ones that I can't see me reading soon, so I'm feeling okay about it. Also, I did have some fairly good news last week about sort of like work situations of things, because I know I've mentioned in here that like I've been stressed and not feeling the best recently, and to be honest, I'm still stressed and not feeling the best, but one of these stressful factors has lifted a little bit, and to be honest, I just kind of wanted to treat myself because it's been a difficult time. So I thought, why the hell not? Right, I'm gonna go because I've been rambling for a while now, but this is my nice opening clip. Like I said, I'm off this week, so tomorrow you probably won't have many updates from me because I will be filming most of the day. I need to film TBR MASH, and I think Wednesday I'm going to the cinema, Thursday I'm going to London, Friday I'll be in London, and then no plans whatsoever for Saturday and Sunday. So like I said, there's 8 books that I want to read, but whether or not they'll get done, I have no idea because I am busy. I should actually say what I'm reading now. I said I was going to go, but I should say what I'm reading now. I'm reading An Arrow to the Moon by Emily X. Harpan. I do have it, but it's packed away somewhere, so I'm not going to get it out right now. I'm not that far into it, but I'm enjoying it so far. You can definitely get the Romeo and Juliet vibes. It's reminding me of the scenes in it that are reminding me of the Baz Luhrmann film, which is great. I love Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. You may be able to see that there is a picture of it right behind me. Baz Luhrmann is one of my favourite directors, hence the Moulin Rouge and Romeo and Juliet pictures just behind me. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna actually go and get ready for bed and read because it is fairly late on in the evening and I would just like to settle down and read for a bit. So I'll chat to you guys tomorrow. The Ghost family has grown. So I already had this one. This is the first one I got. My mum fetched me this one, and then she got me this one and this one before as well. And then this one is a limited one I got just after Christmas. It was like it's called Phantom Releases, that they just release a very limited collection of them online. So this is like actual gold on it. I want to say it's 24 karat gold leaf, but it is actual gold. And I had to get one of those ones. And then these are the ones that I got today. So I wanted one that was more colourful. So I picked up this one because it just grabbed my attention in the shop. And then my mum actually pointed out this little guy. And it's all the pastel colours, which is absolutely stunning. So yeah, I picked that one up. So this is my little ghost family these days. And I thought I'd just show them off to you all. Hello. It is Tuesday morning. This vlog might be a little bit longer than usual because I'm off work. I can actually film like catch-up clips in the middle of the day. It is not the middle of the day at the minute though, it's like 8:30 in the morning. But I thought I'd just come in and tell you what my plans are for the day. I am going to read a little bit of An Arrow to the Moon right now. I'm also watching This Is Us though on TV because I watched This Is Us from the beginning, and then when it got to this last series I started watching them weekly as they came on, and then just lost track of them a little bit. I thought I'll just watch all this last series in one go. And I'm trying to catch up because the last episode's on this week and I'm going to watch it with my mum because she also watches the show. But what I forgot about is that this show is like not the happiest show at times. And this series in particular, one of the characters is dealing with an illness, and it's just progressively getting worse throughout, and this show's just going to be like misery for the next, I think it's 10 episodes I've got to catch up on. This is going to be fun. But anyway, I'm watching that. I'm reading An Arrow to the Moon. I'm a bit worried about my dog because I've just come downstairs and he's been sick this morning, which is not fun. But he does have a bit of a sensitive stomach, so it's probably nothing to worry about. But right now, he's just laid here asleep. Oh, there he is. Hello, you okay? Tell the people that you're okay. That's all we're getting. But yeah, hopefully it's going to be okay. I'm going to watch this, read a bit, and then I'm going to go and film my TBR. I am terrified of TBR Mash this month because I really hope that it fits in with plans for Marvel-a-thon. But I've also got a plan for how to make every Marvel-a-thon, every book that I read for Marvel-a-thon, regardless of sort of what book it is, get me some points. It's going to involve you guys making a lot of decisions of what I'm going to read next throughout the month. So at least, like, no matter what comes up on TBR Mash, I should be able to make it work for some Marvel-a-thon prompts. But yeah, I'm a bit terrified, particularly of the books that other people have picked for me. Like, there are 2 particular choices that had come up that have worked for prompts, but one of them I don't actually want to read, but that's part of the reason why it would work for prompts. The other one I'm actually excited to read and would fit perfectly, so I really hope that one comes up this month. But we will see. And yeah, I am terrified, but I'll let you know. I'll give you. Actually, this video will go up after my TBR, so I will give you an update after I filmed it later on. Okay, so that TBR game was a lot nicer to me than usual, and I'm worried that it's setting me up for failure by being too easy. If you've watched my TBR game, you'll have seen that it was a lot easier. If you haven't watched it, I'm going to put the link down below. But yeah, this is surprisingly easy. Like, there's one intimidating book and that's it. But that meets the prompt of reading an intimidating book. We'll see. Right, I need to tidy up because the room is a mess as per usual. And then I'm going to go back to reading because I did not read as much as I wanted to this morning. So we're going to get back to that. Also, I really need to take this off because it gets really, really hot when you're wearing this for a while. I've only had it on for like half an hour, but half an hour is too much. I'll see you guys soon. Hello, it is Wednesday afternoon. Today is one of those like strangely warm days where it looks miserable outside and it still feels a bit cold, but it's just that the air's really humid and sticky and not nice. And yeah, I just feel uncomfortable, which is not great. But I've done errands and things that I need to do today, so now I get to sit down and read. I do actually have some reading updates for you as well since last time we spoke. So yesterday I was reading An Arrow to the Moon. I ended up getting the audiobook for it. I don't know if I told you that part. But I ended up finding the audiobook because my brain just wasn't in a place to concentrate. But I did really want to read it. So got the audiobook. I ended up giving it 4 stars. There were bits of it that I really, really enjoyed. It's been marketed, or at least like on the blurb and things on the back, it's been pushed as a Romeo and Juliet retelling, which it is, definitely. There are Romeo and Juliet influences to it. There are little references to it throughout as well. Like, there was mention of something happening on Verona Street, and there were little like things like that peppered in throughout it. But really the actual main influence is from Chinese mythology, and it's actually the same myth the Daughter of the Moon Goddess is based on, and it's a myth about the moon and a hunter. And I really liked when it went more into that story, but a lot of that didn't seem to come into it till further on. And I just feel like it would have benefited from having more of that. I mean, a lot of that is, it does start with like a part of that and it finishes with a part of that. But I would have liked more of that to be sort of tied in throughout it, because I feel like Emily X. Pan does really well with the sort of mythology and magical settings in kind of like an everyday world. And it just felt like when that magic part came into it a bit more, I loved it. But when it wasn't in it, I was just a little bit like not quite sure what the point was. But I did enjoy it. Like I said, I gave it 4 stars. It's just that I'm being fairly critical because her first book, The Astonishing Colour of After, is like an all-time favourite, and this one isn't. So it's just the difference between a book that I really, really loved and a book that was enjoyable but not as good as the previous one. But anyway, other reading updates. One of my errands I had to run today was to go to the library to take some books back, and I realised I had a graphic novel that I wanted to return so that I could get some other things out, because obviously you can only have so many things out on load at once. So I ended up reading that before I went to the library this morning. It was Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. I've read the book of that years ago when it first came out, so I'd picked up the graphic novel version when I saw it in the library last time I was there. So I read that this morning, gave that one 5 stars, which is the same rating I believe that I gave the book, so that's no surprise really. It deals with some heavy topics and it deals with them very, very well, and I think that the graphic novel format of it worked really well for that story and how it was told. I don't know if I actually preferred it to the original book, to be honest, but yeah, that was a good read, and that actually put me to 52 reads for the year, which is what my Goodreads goal is. I always say a book a week, because prior to like the last 2 years that has been sort of an achievable goal for me. I'd normally get to somewhere between 50 and 70, so I used to set it at 52 as like a manageable goal, and it's only in the last couple of years that I've been able to actually, like, I've read over 100 for both of the last 2 years, but I don't want to like sort of chance it because who knows what the year's going to bring. So I still set my goal at 52, and I managed to get that this morning, so doing well for this year's reading. And then I have also started reading 2 more books. So I started reading The Charm Offensive by Alison Cochrane, and I'm not very far into it yet, but I'm going to try and read the bulk of this today if I can. It's about somebody who goes on a TV show, like a Bachelor style TV show, and he is the bachelor that's supposed to be picking his bride at the end of the series, but then he ends up developing a relationship with one of the male producers instead. And I'm really excited to read this one, actually. It sounds fun. And then I've also started listening to the audiobook of Our Violent Ends, the conclusion to the These Violent Delights duology. I'm about 8 chapters into that now. I've just been listening to it on the way down to the library. I'm liking that so far. It's kind of picked up as straight off from where These Violent Delights ended. And then the other book news that I have, God, I've got a lot to talk about today, but the other book news that I have is that I'm regretting picking up 2 new books this morning because I have some arcs that I desperately need to read. So I got an email this morning, and I happened to be on my emails when it came through, and it was from NetGalley, and it was like the first 100 people who put a request in for these summer releases get approved for read now copies. One of them was Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson, which I really want to read, and actually being able to read it early works perfectly for my Problems for Marvel-a-thon next month. There were 2 more that I've been interested in, and they're going from the top from my head at the minute, but I ended up requesting all 4 anyway because I was like, yeah, I really want to read all of these. And then the last one, the most important one, was Babel by R.F. Wong, which is like the book that it's of the second half of the year. That is my most anticipated release. Like the first half of the year, it was all about Gallant and I Kiss Shara Wheeler. Second half of the year, Babel is what I've got my sights on, and I now have an e-arc of it. So the rest of my TBR for this month is getting dropped immediately, because as soon as I've finished this one, I will be picking that book up because I need to read it, and I don't want to be taking it into June with the readathon and everything happening, because I've got like a week left of this month, so I've got enough time to actually read it and enjoy it, rather than kind of trying to push it into a June TBR or putting it off till July and then knowing that it's sat there and I haven't read it yet. So that's the plan. Anyway, I've rambled for long enough. I'm going to go and read this so that I can start reading Babel afterwards. Hello, this is going to be a really quick update. It is Thursday morning. I did not update yesterday because I did not read yesterday. I ended up just doing a lot of like errands and things, and then I started a full rewatch of Heartstopper because why not? I'm just finishing that now. I'm getting ready to leave the house. I'm got 5 minutes left of this episode, and I have like 8 minutes left till I need to leave the house, hence a quick update. But I'm on my way to London. I'm going to see Todrick Hall tonight, so I will update you when I get to the hotel there, probably. Introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Beyond. This is what I'm having to put up with today. Hello. I realised that I never actually filmed a clip when I got to London, so what you're getting instead is a quiet clip because it is like midnight and I'm in my hotel room. I've just taken my makeup off and getting ready to relax for the evening. Basically today I met up with one of my friends, Bjorn. You'll have seen her earlier in the clips, and we went for food with some of her friends and her boyfriend, and then we sort of left the group and went to go and see Todrick Hall. He was doing a concert at the Palladium, so we went to go and see that, and it was a fun time. I will say that like I booked these tickets like a year ago, and it feels like he's put out so many albums in the last couple of years, because I think it was House Party that came out in like 4 parts, and then this is the Femulin tour I think there was an album for that, and then he's got a new album out as well. So like it's been hard to keep track of what music he's actually had out. So like a lot of the songs I'd heard but didn't know like massively because there's just been that much music out there. I've not listened to it all, and I was a bit like unsure of what it'd be like because of that. But I actually really enjoyed it. It put on a really good show, and yeah, it was just a fun time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read a little bit before I go to sleep, because I've really got into the Trauma Offensive. I'm reading it like when I was travelling down here and when I was travelling into Central, because I'm staying a bit further out at the minute. So I'm up to page 134 now, which is like nearly halfway, and I'm really enjoying it. The romance is really kicking in now because they've sort of realised the feelings for each other, so I'm pretty sure they're going to admit it to each other soon, which is great because the way that it's building, I'm really liking. So I'm going to go and read some more of this. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure what my plans are for tomorrow. I'm not going to set an alarm because I don't want to like force myself to go up too early because I'm tired. If I get up early enough, I think I might go to the cinema before I go home, which sounds weird coming all the way to London just to go to the cinema. But there's a film that I want to see, and I don't really have any other plans before my train. My train's not till 3 o'clock, so I may go and see that when I go and see Everything Everywhere All at Once. If I don't see it tomorrow, I'll probably go and see it at the weekend. So if I don't wake up, then I might just lounge around in my hotel room until as late as possible, and then like just go and get some food before I go and get on the train. We will see. I will check in with you guys in the morning though. It is Friday morning. I am about to head out, so I thought I'd just film a quick clip before I go. I did not end up going to the cinema like planned because I didn't sleep very well, so I didn't really want to set an alarm in case I could like catch up on a bit of sleep in the morning. So woke up like 8:30 and I needed to be at the cinema at 10. I was like, yeah, that's not happening. So I've just sat and read more of the Trauma Offensive. I now have about 100 pages left and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm going to give you like more full thoughts probably when I get home, because there are like opinions and things I have on stuff in here, but I'll do that. I'll talk about that when I get home. I'm hoping to finish it like early on the trip home and then be able to start Babel today as well, which will be fun. Oh, I don't know if that book will be fun actually, but I'm very excited to read it. Right now I have like 4 hours until I need to be on my train, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head into Central, go and just browse bookshops for a little bit to waste some time, go and get coffee, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to have a very low-key day before heading back home. So I will film some clips in some bookshops hopefully, and then I'll probably chat to you guys when I'm back in Sheffield. Well, you're going to have to hear Harry snoring in this clip again because he is making noises today. It is Saturday morning. I got back from London yesterday and I know I said I was going to film when I got home, but I fell asleep because of course I did. I was just very tired. It was like, it felt I was only there for like 24 hours and it felt like I didn't do much, but I also did. Like, it was very strange. Anyway, what happened yesterday? A couple of things actually. Let's give you the reading update first. I finished reading the Trauma Offensive. I finished it like literally 10 minutes before I got off the train yesterday. I really enjoyed it. I was debating whether to give it a 4 or 5 stars, and then I've not been able to stop thinking about it afterwards. I think I'm going to have to bump it up to a 5 because I'd originally put 4 on Goodreads, but I think the feels it's giving me is a 5. I really enjoyed it. I'd seen it sort of recommended for people who enjoyed like Red, White and Royal Blue, and I can understand why. It's not as, I don't love it as much as that one, obviously, but I did, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was just a fun read. So I'm looking forward to seeing the next one that author has out because it's sapphic and it's set at Christmas. It sounds fantastic. So that one comes out, I think, the end of this year. I have not started reading anything else yet, and I'm going to start reading Babel today, but I just haven't got around to it yet. I need to actually... I'm watching RuPaul's Drag Race at the minute, and then I need to edit TBR Mash to Go later on this afternoon, and then I will start reading. Other things I did yesterday, though, I basically just spent the day going book shopping before I got the train. So I went to Foyles, didn't end up buying anything in there, but just had a look around. And then I went to the big Waterstones of Piccadilly, and I walked in and I'm looking at the YA section is next to the sci-fi fantasy section, so I'm sort of looking around that floor. It's always the first floor I head to, and randomly Holly Black is in there having a photo shoot with the Dalek statue thing that they've got in there. She had an event last night for Book of Night, so she was there sort of taking photographs before she went to go down and sign all the books. So that was a fun sort of author spotting. And then I just went and hung out in the theatre cafe a little bit before I had to go and get my train. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have to catch you up on. Like I said, I'm going to try and read Babel now before the end of the month. I probably won't finish it like today and tomorrow, so I probably won't finish it before the end of this vlog, but I should finish it before the end of the month, because in next week's vlog, obviously, Marvel-a-thon is going to start, and I would like to have it finished before that. So I'm going to go and edit this video, and then I will be able to make a start on it today. Hello. It is now Sunday morning. I did not update yesterday because I was busy doing things. I, as you can possibly see, dyed my hair, bleached my roots so that I don't have this lovely dark patch at the top anymore. And then I did read some, so I'm reading Babel, as I mentioned yesterday morning. I am 3 chapters, then I'm about to start chapter 4, which is 13% chapters, are fairly long. I am really enjoying it so far. It's described as a dark academia. It's set at Oxford, and it's all about, there's magic that's to do with silver and translation. I'm not entirely sure how it works yet, because that's sort of just coming into play now, but there's something to do with that. A lot of it is about colonialism as well. And basically, when it says dark academia, it is very heavy on the academia side of it. There are footnotes throughout, sort of giving you more information on translation, extra facts about Oxford, things just about the time period, because it's set during the 1830s, and there's just sort of a lot of information being given to you. Like I said, it's very heavy on academia. It's very clear that the author is an academic, and it is really sort of, you feel like you can almost tell that they're just enjoying researching all of this extra information. It's stuff that isn't necessarily necessary to the story, but it's just like interesting things to know. And I feel like you can tell instead that she's an academic because she just wants you to know all of those facts. So I am really enjoying it so far. It seems like it's just kicking into what the story actually is, because the main character has just got to Oxford and then this event has happened and there's some intrigue going on. But yeah, so far so good. So I'm going to get back to actually reading that now. I just thought I'd check in with you guys. Hello. It is now Monday evening, and I thought I would film a quick clip to wrap up this week's vlog. I was going to film yesterday, but yesterday ended up being a pretty bad mental health day, so I did not pick up a camera. I did read a little bit more. I'm up to 25% into Babel now. Babel. I did look up what the pronunciation is, and it seems like the American pronunciation of it is Babel and the British pronunciation is Babel, but there has been like reference to it being said because of like babble as in talking babbling. So I'm saying it as babble, but I could be wrong. I believe that is how the author pronounces it though. But anyway, enough of that. I'm actually really, really enjoying this book. I was hopeful I would, but I was a little bit worried that I wouldn't, because although I adored the Poppy War series, this is very different. It's dark academia, it is fantasy, but not in the same way that is. And it just felt like it was going to be a lot scarier to read. And it is, in a way, it's dark academia that's very, very heavy on the academia. There's footnotes involved, there's lots of sort of interesting, or I'm finding it interesting, comments and facts about linguistics, because it's all about linguistics. But although it does feel like quite highbrow, and at times I'm not really understanding like every tiny little thing that's referenced in it, I'm still enjoying it. Like the main story is still enjoyable enough that even if some of the academic side of it is going over my head a little bit, it's still keeping me captivated. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this. And I think that's pretty much all I have to update you on. I can't even remember what I've read this week. I think in this vlog I read An Arrow to the Moon. I know that because I can see it in front of me. Or I have listened to like half of the audiobook of Our Violent Ends. I'm liking it so far. I think I prefer the first one. It seems like it's taking a bit of a step away from the Romeo and Juliet side of it, and I think that that's going to come back into play more in the second half, and that's what I'm intrigued by. I want to see what ending she actually decides to go for with it. But it's just felt like a lot of kind of setup. It seemed like a lot of stuff with the sort of magical threat of it felt like it got tied up a bit at the end, and it's taken a while for that bit to get started again. But the rest of it I'm enjoying, so hopefully we'll finish both of these books by tomorrow. I know I'll finish Our Violent Ends tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure if I'll finish Babel, but if the worst comes to worst, I'll finish it at the beginning of June. I'll definitely get it done on the 1st if I don't finish it tomorrow. But that is for next week's vlog. I did read other things this week, I know I did. I read The Charm Offensive. I remember that because I finished that as I was in London. And that may be it. I may have read something else. You guys have known, you've been watching this video. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below. And I will see you guys next time for a new vlog and the start of Marvel-a-thon. Bye.